Hello, my name is Erin Swenlin with DecisionPoint.com, and I think one of the most important events of 2020 would have to be the gold rush. It was a really interesting year for gold, and honestly, I think it's going to be an even better year for gold moving into 2021. I'm going to go over the monthly chart, the weekly and daily charts for gold, starting with the monthly. That's the way we're supposed to do our analysis is start with the longer term time frame and then focus into what's going on currently. So that's how I'm going to approach this. Let's go ahead and take a look. So as I mentioned, it's been quite a year for gold. This is our monthly chart. So you can see, obviously, 2020 only takes up this small portion of the chart. But I wanted to point out to you this it was a continuing of an almost parabolic move in gold to the upside that began after that bear market crash. We started to see a lot of interest going to this metal, and I suspect it will continue. So as you can see on the monthly chart, we have this cup shape now, and we're getting a bit of a pullback here. So you can look at it as either a flag that is formed, a bull flag, or maybe even consider it a handle on a cup. Um, Ultimately, the monthly chart, I think, looks great. You've got a PMO, even though it is starting to top here. I I feel pretty good that we're going to see it turn back up. It makes sense. We've had the giant rally and it has pulled back. And so that's why we're seeing this PMO flatten. But the good news is that even after weeks, months, I should say, of a pullback on gold, the PMO only really flattened out. We didn't really lose um, the momentum underneath the surface. And so that is one of the things I'll be watching going into 2021 on this monthly chart. I suspect we're going to see this turn right back up, and bottoms above signal lines are considered especially bullish. You have sentiment right now. We measure this by checking out what the premium and discount is for the closed end fund. PHYS, or the Sprott Physical Gold Trust. And so we look at what the premium and discount is for that closed-ended fund, and that can tell us how bullish or bearish the gold buyers or sellers are. And as you can see on this monthly chart, we're looking at readings on a monthly chart basis that we haven't seen since we were tracking them. So this tells us that sentiment right now is very bearish on gold, and sentiment being contrarian, that is going to be good for gold. Let's look at the weekly chart now and get a feel for where we are in 2020 just over the past few years in comparison. And now you can see that flag formation right here that is forming. And again, bull flag, that tells you that we should expect a breakout to the upside. You could also look at this as a falling wedge, if you will. And again, bullish pattern, we're supposed to expect a move to the upside. And here you are again with these very, very high discount rates. Granted, the weekly PMO is on the decline, but given the decline and pullback we've had since that top that we had earlier in mid-year 2020, it makes a lot of sense that you're going to get the pullback and consequently see that PMO do the same. We need it to do that because if we want to see it rally, break out, and move to higher highs, we don't want it way up here in overbought territory. So I think that this is a natural move to the downside here for the PMO, and that is okay with me on the weekly chart. Again, seeing these very, very high discount rates, typically you're going to see these kinds of discounts before a market move to the upside here, a gold market move to the upside. So I really like the setup on this chart as well. But let's go ahead and we're going to focus in on the daily chart. And here's where I'm going to point out the discounts. So you can see on the daily chart, I mean, we have had really, really high discounts for weeks and weeks and days and days. And so again, this is a very oversold sold reading, if you will, on sentiment, very bearish sentiment. And again, bearish sentiment is bullish for gold. And we just need to bide our time. I'm surprised that it has stayed this high for this long on these discounts, but stranger things happen. I have marked where we've seen these very high discounts and typically what will occur after them. It's not so clear really when you look at this daily chart on how those line up, but typically you're going to see those before you get a move to the upside. I'm going to take us back to the weekly chart just for a moment because I think it is very clear here when you look at where the sentiment, the discounts peaked and where the market was at that time. So you can see it was right before this rally right here. You can see the last time we got that was up here right before this big rally, really high discounts that came in here off of this decline. And again, big rally to the upside. And we're looking at those discounts up there again. It bodes well for gold. I like gold going into 2021, and I think gold was a really important item to cover during 2020. At decisionpoint.com, I'm asked constantly about our opinion on gold because it's one that we do cover every single day. So I am looking at gold every single day, and I can tell you it's been a pleasure to watch the rally that came out of those bear market lows. And again, we did lose some price movement here, but we now have this wedge, we have the high discounts, and we even have a PMO buy signal on this daily chart. I'm looking for great things going forward from gold into 2021, and I suspect I'll be talking about gold as one of the best charts of 2020 or 2021 next year. It's been a pleasure to talk to you about gold. Again, you'll find me at decisionpoint.com. Enjoy the rest of the program, and I will talk to everybody later. Happy charting from Erin Swenlin at decisionpoint.com.
Hey, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.